Welcome back to the second season of Zelda: Aftermath of Zelda: Aftermath of a Hero, Episode 16, Season 2, Session 1. As a season recap, last time, after you learned the purpose of the Dark Flowers, temples, and towers, you ventured all over Snow Cloak, raising your spirits so that you might be able to retain your humanoid forms in the Dark World. You also gained information on the slowly invading Dark Army, and appears that the hero wasn't the only one that disappeared, but Ganon also appears to have disappeared, and someone or something has taken up his mantle. You have since helped several people on your way since your first encounter with the Dark World, and you kept going strong. With a small amount of heroics under your belt, as well as the conquered Tower and Temple of Ice, the Triforce of Courage has chosen you to be the new heroes of this era in place of the hero who disappeared. Still, no one knows what happened to the last hero, but perhaps you will find out on this journey. With the possibility of the ancient tech that can accidentally arise, with the possibility of ancient tech that can accidentally arise, arose excitement within some of the party members and wanted to explore the world more after seeing the remains of the dismembered ancient tech that ran amok some 20 years ago before. With such eagerness to leave Snow Cloak and head to the new area that is not covered with ice, the group mounted up and left to head back to the La Grande Rubis. With one last heroics at Port Eco and letting the authorities know about the destruction in Arkham and the possible invasion in Ironforge, you found cloaked figures that were distributing oil barrels within Eco, possibly trying to destroy Port Eco. After finding out that these cloaked figures were followers of the Dark Army, you swiftly disposed of them. You were deemed as heroes for the next few days until you were finally able to depart from Port Eco. Where you go from here is up to the captain and their crew. May the goddesses bless you in their journeys from here on out. Today, hey navigator. Yes? Where are we going? I don't know. Hyrule? And now, for the party members. And the party.
I am the captain now.
May the goddess help us all. We're not going fast enough. Don't worry, we'll throw bombs in the back of the boat. That will make us go faster.
This should inspire fear.
I mean, I, for one, can survive at the bottom of the ocean. You can too, I assume.
I can indeed.
This inspires a headache.
Swab the deck.
You have a crew to do that.
Yes, you have a crew. A lot of the crew were in.
We assisted in keeping most of them alive yesterday.
Yep.
So they deserve a break. Got it.
You only know where Hyrule is right now. You don't have navigational charts for anywhere else in the world.
Jokes aside, where are we going?
That's for you to decide.
Well,
Hyrule,
it seems as though you have the sea charts from here to the mainland, so I suppose we go to the mainland.
I don't like making decisions. Yeah, let's go there.
Oh dear, you're going to have many more problems if you allow me to make the decisions.
Well, consider this. I didn't want to be the captain.
I'm just here for the ride.
And I don't know how to tell you this, but we all know how I am, right? We all know. We all know how I am. I can guarantee you it will be 100 times worse if we let anyone else from the crew be the captain. I am the lesser evil, and that should scare you.
Sodell sneezes from her bunk bed.
Except for the former captain, who I'm currently standing in for.
No, she just owns the boat.
Actually qualified. She's the only one actually qualified. Let's go to Hyrule.
I still say we go to Hyrule.
All right, follow the trip or follow the dotted line up.
I see the tunnel you've done here. But do you understand how far we can see on an open ocean?
Who wants to take a shortcut?
I am down for whatever.
Did you get tired of me moving it bit by bit? Gonna take that as a yes.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive at Port Hyrule. Now, get ready for some... I think this is Hyrule. Yeah, this is Hyrule.
You sound very unsure.
I'm making sure. As you dock into Port Hyrule, you notice there are other boats that have not even launched yet, and many other boats that are sunk at port. A lot of the houses are have been ravaged by sieges, and a lot of a lot more houses are currently under construction. There appears to be more guards in the streets than actual people. And
This is odd.
And more people that are, or more beggars in the streets than, or more people in general than houses to fill.
I'd just like to say that I really like the music. This is good music. I like this music.
I'm suspicious.
Yes, you are suspicious, and only I know why.
Looks like there's a housing problem.
Indeed it does.
Looks like there's many problems.
You arrive at port, and the dockmaster waves you in.
Well, I'm a believer in equality. Let's burn the entire place down.
No.
Yeah, no.
And looks at your ship over and goes,
Spoil sports.
if I'm not mistaken, this is La Grande Rubies?
Yeah.
I thought you sunk off of the coast of Snow Cloak months ago.
No, we didn't. We just got kind of stuck in the ice and then needed help. We got the help and now we're no longer stuck in the ice. As you can very clearly see.
We can already tell that the storm is affecting your internet.
No!
A tad bit of crackle in the microphone.
It's a little bit.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's the electricity from Elytra or something. I don't know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Electra's got a little bit of seawater in the back of her throat. It's fine.
How long do you plan on being in Port Hyrule? There's not much to see here. It's a dying country.
Why is it a dying country? Because I know these. Why is it a dying country?
You should know why it's a dying country. 20 years ago, everything went to shit when the hero disappeared. There's no more heroes in this day of age. Everyone's looking to flee from this area. Look at the homeless people. Nobody can bat their eye at them. They're beggars. The poor bastards. You either become a soldier or, well, sorry to say this, or you die.
I'm gonna give some of the homeless people jobs on the ship.
Captain, we really don't have the resources for this.
I would
No, we
definitely
don't.
make sure there's prior experience before you start pulling people off the streets.
Ma'am, I see your I like how the music's changing too for this. I see your how you want to act and all, but I don't think you have room for 5,000.
I wasn't gonna take all of them.
If you take one, they're all gonna want to go.
They can find other ships.
There are no other ships. Nobody but docks here anymore. If you want to help, then I would say part with some of your food and beverage. Maybe open up a stand and make some grog, make some stew, and give some out to the homeless. Maybe buy some items from the poor. That might help in the long run.
Stimulate the economy. We can probably do that. We need some more stuff anyways. Probably ropes. We always need ropes. Always need ropes. They get frayed so often.
Well, you know what they say. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a day, set him on fire, and he's no longer hungry.
Aren't I supposed to be the murder capital?
You're not a tool for killing.
What if
There's a couple of rules in the city.
What are the rules?
Yes. No fighting in the city unless the Bokoblins enter the city. And when they do enter the city, try to stay away from the structures. Finding trees and stuff are very hard to come by. The woods are very dangerous. And if you leave the city grounds, well, good luck.
I'm just gonna squint.
Also, there is a fee for docking here.
What's the fee?
20 rupees a month.
Alright, sure. Do I pay now or do I pay when I'm trying to leave?
How long do you plan on staying?
Now that is a good question.
It was a very good question.
Then your crew should have some rupees on them while they're waiting.
It's fine. Right, guys?
20 is fine.
So, Electra will lean in and whisper to Race, "What are we doing here again?"
I assumed you all knew what you were doing. I'm following all of you.
We are the blind leading the blind, apparently.
I like how Caesar is just somewhere on the map. I'll just.
Came here.
Yeah, remove me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We just came here because we had a map.
I suppose
I guess
we
we'll
could
figure
be.
it out here now.
I suppose we could be looking for more charts to find other places to sail to. If you all don't want to stay here.
I say we'll go.
Oh, damn it. I don't know why I
chart.
was muted the whole time. I'm so sorry.
I kind of want to know why the woods are dangerous.
Ruby's awake.
I would like to know this as well.
Why are the woods dangerous?
Bokoblins, trolls, the undead.
And where are they coming from?
What are those one-eyed things called?
Cyclops?
Goma?
Inox.
Hinox?
Hinox, thank you. The Hinox, the undead Hinox, they're all over the place.
And you don't know where they're coming from.
Oh yeah, they're coming from Hyrule Castle.
Spirit of
I mean,
adventure, that way.
Do they need to be coming from anywhere? They might just live in there.
No, well, as far as we know, the capital city has its people still there.
How about this? You said the woods hard to come by, right? And y'all will go into the forest?
Mm-hmm.
I say we go that way.
What
if,
what's your proposition?
instead of rupees, what if instead of rupees, we cut you down to trees and bring them back?
Wow, with your internet connection, you're talking twice as fast.
Hold on. Can you hear me better now?
Oh my god, so much better.
Yes.
Okay, cool. How about, instead of the rupees, we go cut you down some trees and bring them back, since you guys are having a hard time with wood?
Cut them down with what? We're not lumberjacks.
Electra will slowly summon a bomb and look over. Good question.
You will explode
there's no
the
battle
trees.
in the city without monsters. Please desummon that or set it down slowly.
I mean, in different day and ages, I've been considered a monster.
There's like 30 guards just pointing swords at you right now. It's
Caesar
okay. It's
just
okay, man.
stares
It's
Electra
okay.
down.
It wasn't even lit or anything. You don't know how those bombs work.
No, it's glowing blue, and that's all we need to know.
It
Put
wasn't
it
gonna
away,
go
Electra.
off. It doesn't go off unless I tell it to. And I wasn't gonna tell it to. Trees! You guys need trees? We can get you trees.
Or-
And a little Chew comes from behind the guard and heads right to you, Electra.
Oh, goddammit, it's you!
I'm just gonna,
Okay.
like, look down at it.
It looks up at you. This is about the size of a hamster right now.
Don't take it home, don't take it home.
I'm gonna point at it. Is this thing gonna try to eat me?
Oh, Chews? They're harmless.
She'll squint and pick it up and look down at it and go, "Are you gonna try to eat me?"
It just stares at you.
I'm gonna release this outside.
They're all over the city. They don't bother any of the
Why?
citizens. They actually help us get rid of the the death problem.
They eat dead bodies?
Yes. Did you have to yell that out loud? What did he say? Nothing.
So I have a proposition.
He said the Chews eat rats.
Oh,
That works too.
They eat up all the long pig.
Why did this one come up to me? What do you want? What happened?
it's just
Are you gonna-
eyes are staring at you.
Did little Jimmy fall in the well?
Remember,
I'm-
Electra, you seem delicious to these little ones. All of
Ra-
you do.
Raze, you could just see her dark energy just pouring into this little guy.
Yeah. Electra's learned her lesson a little bit from last time, at least with Choose. This
Yes,
is not
I-
working good.
I do believe that this one may very well grow up big and strong and wish to eat you as well.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that as well. They may not hurt the people, but the people haven't, people don't have any good food for them unless they're dead. And I happen to have some good food for them on me, so I think the only reason it's here is because it wants to eat me. Now, shoo. And she'll put it down, and she'll,
It
like,
ju-
try to chew it off. Go
It
away.
just stares at you with its big, bubbly eyes.
I step on it.
There's chew goo everywhere,
Ew.
and a little darkness comes out from underneath your shoe.
I cast produce flame and I just clean off the bottom of my foot.
Cool. Forest, trees, do we have a deal?
Well, wait, hear me out. Instead of trees, we go figure out this monster problem at the capital city.
Hyrule Castle?
Mm-hmm.
Last time somebody went to Hyrule Castle was the hero.
Okay, well, he
Did-
sounded like he did a real bad job.
Yep, so let's go clean up after this guy and not pay the dock fee.
Okay.
That's my proposition
I-
anyways.
I suggest you go to Hyrule City then. Because currently the current rulers of Hyrule Castle are currently living in Hyrule City.
Oh,
Okay,
give me
where's
the
that?
princess.
You're gonna need a map of the area though.
Or we can-
Sure.
Let's go get a map.
Let's see here. You're in Point Kanash right now.
Nap time.
I look around for a purple-haired Hylian.
There's no purple-haired Hylian right here. And you were looking for charts? Unfortunately, we don't have charts.
Alright, I guess we go to the city and buy some charts there.
Well,
Sounds like a plan.
I'll be right back.
Where are you
I go
going?
wandering down the pier. You said that there were a couple of sunken barges and ships stuck in the docks, right?
Yes, I did.
Maybe it would be better if I went to search for them?
I'm going in.
Okay.
Oh shit, are we jumping in the ocean?
Nope.
I'll go help
Nope,
too, I
they
guess.
are.
Ray's
I'll
just
just-
walks to the end of the pier where there's a sunken ship and just like looks. Hup.
Plop. Not much of a splash. Did he just...
I'll go
Oh, the poor bastard must not have anything to live for.
I'll go check a different ship.
Okay.
And I'll just hang out.
Yes.
Are we looting? Is that what's going on? Is that what they're doing?
I think that's what they're doing.
I don't want to be left out of looting. I have to go in after them.
I think it's best for Caesar to stay on the land.
Yeah, I'm not good with water.
Alright, well, take care of yourself. Time to loot. Splash.
Okay.
I hope they know that most of the parts of the ships have been already recovered. Well, whatever. Give me perception checks, all of you. Let's switch to the
Thanks.
dice.
Including me?
No, you're not doing anything.
Okay, great.
Actually, we're going to do investigation checks because you're investigating a damaged ship.
Oh, well, I'm glad we changed.
Yeah.
And let me know what part of the ship you're investigating.
I'm gonna be checking the navigation quarters.
I'm going to the captain's cabin on my on the boat that I'm looking at.
Alright. There is a mast on your navigation area, Electra.
Then I'll go check the captain's quarters instead.
There's a mast on that as well.
Are there no windows I can swim through?
Well, yes, there is, but there's a mast going through the entire room.
It's a lot
Can
of
we get a
massive.
description of the boats that we're looking at? Because if the boat is not salvageable, why would we go there?
No, true. There is a total of 5 boats. One of the boats has a mast going completely through it. One of the boats looks like it was burned up until the last 2 layers of the ship. One of them looks like it was just sunk from some reason. And the other 2 boats looks like they just rotted away from being...
I'm gonna go to the sunk one.
Yeah, there's only one worth salvaging. We're looking at.
Okay, so navigation
them-
area, the captain's room, and Ruby, where are you going?
Where the crew quarters are?
Ruby, how long can you hold your breath for?
I don't know.
That's a good time to find out.
Is that a rule in 5e? Let me look that up.
I mean,
I
breathing
mean,
is a good thing.
The reason why me and Electra dove in is because we don't have to breathe air.
In 5e, how long can you hold your breath in 5e? Minutes equal to 1 plus their Constitution modifier.
All right, give me that so I can actually put that in my DM stuff, since I am still technically learning 5e.
So, okay, let me get that. So I can hold my breath for 4 minutes.
Okay, so by the time you get to the crew quarters, you have 1 minute left.
Okay, I think I would not dive to my death. I have a little bit of experience with swimming.
Okay, can you post that somewhere for me?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it somewhere.
I'm
Where?
gonna keep an eye on our air-breathing companion to make sure they don't fucking drown.
I'm picturing Mario drowning from 64.
Oh, are there air bubbles coming out of the water? Like in the video game?
You get thrown out of the painting and you get an oomph sound and you're missing a hat.
Whoa!
Where'd you post it?
In general.
When Elytra thinks that you've gone too deep, she's just gonna grab you by the back of your shirt, drag you back up to the surface, and try and throw you back onto land. Stay.
Alright.
Stay
I guess
put.
are there any ships that I can rob if I can't live underwater?
There's plenty in port, but they look like siege ships and Hyrulean battleships. If you really want to rob them, I will not stop you. But you're probably going to die.
Are any of the sunken ships like close enough to the surface that I can get them?
The rotting ones are skeleton ships right now, and their masts are hanging out of the ship.
Alright, I guess I'll go to the skeleton ship then.
Alright, let's go to the more promising ones. The navigation area. The navigational... Actually, the captain's area and navigational room would be the same room, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily.
Not on all ships. Sometimes they're the same. Sometimes they aren't.
It's sometimes yes, sometimes no. Depends on the ship.
Let me see.
If it's like a galleon, then yes.
Oh, here we go. Electra, you're in the navigational area after you tell Ruby to go away. And you find some interesting wax-sealed scrolls.
I'll grab those.
Alright. Raze, you find some interesting sea charts.
Are they in like scroll cases, or are they?
They are scroll cases. 2 of them are damaged, and 1 of them is sealed.
All right. Ah, yes. Let's just see what I found here.
Blub, 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 blub.
Oops. No, I'm not that dumb. I am now going to walk towards the shore. And find the closest ladder for the for people who are in the water to climb back up onto the docks.
I still like this music.
I do too.
I
I made it so it would be the port music.
I guess there was like one of the drawers on the desk that was locked that now is rotted well enough for me to pry it open.
Oh yeah. It's like this drawer is locked, and also hanging open.
This drawer is locked. Well, it was locked. I use my own staff to crowbar it open. Can't read that. Can't read that.
When you get onto the land, or when you walk onto the shore, the one that is sealed says this.
Okay.
The other ones that are damaged, one of them says Screaming Peak, but when you open it, it's only a partial map.
And a crab.
Oh.
I've heard if you hold it up to your ear, you'll hear what it sounds like to be attacked by a crab.
Electra, out of the scrolls you find, and opening after wax sealed, you realize 2 of them are not wax sealed on the other side. The one that is fully wax sealed says... Give me a second. I'm looking for the actual map. The country of lost woods.
Cool, I found one.
Port Town, World Tree Harbor.
Cool. I'm gonna take all of my finds to the surface, I guess, if there's nothing else in the room.
Oh my god, you opened it under the water?
I didn't say I was opening anything.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was in the room, and I thought I could just see through it or some shit because it was glass.
Yeah,
if I'm still in there, I'm A, not opening them, and B, still looking around.
Oh, okay.
You told Electra what it was,
Okay.
and then assumed she opened it.
Okay, so we're gonna assume it was glass.
Here's what you found. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Let's see if there's anything else. You opened it? You told me what you want ahead.
Okay, so that was my fault. So if you're looking around, you don't see anything else out of... oh, right. You find a chest.
I'm gonna open it.
It's opened.
Look at it.
It's a chest.
Banana.
Nothing.
Yep, no, it's just chess.
It is an
I'm
empty
gonna
open
start
chest.
putting random things in the room that are not my scrolls into it.
Okay.
And then when it's full, I'm gonna close it again.
All right.
Compass, ruined compass, broken sextant, driftwood.
And then I'll go back to the surface.
When you pick it up, everything falls out the bottom.
I'm not bringing the chest.
Oh, okay.
No. Electra's just filling the chest so that some other hopeful salvager will see it closed, and have all of their hopes and dreams dashed in a moment.
Okay, Electra's a bitch. Oh god, you're doing this to Ruby, aren't you?
No, I'm not gonna tell Ruby to go look at the sunken thing. I'm just putting them in there so they don't fucking float away.
Ruby, you're in the sunken ship that's rotting away.
Okay. Is there anything good to rob here?
Not even the
Salvage.
wood is robbable.
The correct term and the legal term is salvage.
Thank
Is there
you.
any good stuff here?
There's a starfish.
I don't want to take a starfish home.
Fine, it didn't want to go with you anyway.
Yeah. Get lost, starfish.
It moves very slowly.
Okay.
It yells, "Yeah!" and then starts spitting at your face.
Alright, well, I guess I'll swim back to shore.
Double team.
Swift.
Well, that was
Oh,
that was
God.
a waste.
That's guaranteed
Is
hit.
the water at least warm?
No, it is cold.
This sucks. We should go to a beach. Why do I have to be here?
As I'm walking back up, it's like, but Ruby, we are at a beach.
Electra's having the time of her life. It's been a while since she's been in the water.
It's
I'm
like
having
a
a great
pier.
time.
I want to go. I'm gonna go back to shore and then maybe head up river. Maybe the river water's nicer than the sea water.
Electra gets out, and there's another Electra in the water because it's been a while since she's shed.
Gross. The fish shed.
Hey, not like lizards.
No, not like lizards, no, but when you haven't yeah, anyway.
Apparently, you think Zora shed like crabs.
Crab.
Just leave an entire outline of themselves laying there.
Not only that, but Elytra's an eel. I don't think eels follow the same rules as most fish.
No, let's not turn this into an anatomy lesson. But I'll walk up to Electra and be like, "Ah, this one's usable."
Oh wow, they do. They since Electra is an eel, they shed their entire body at once. And
Okay.
oh, never mind. Electra would not want to do that. And then they would eat it.
I mean,
Do electric eels do that?
Yes.
so here's
Gross.
the issue.
You're a Zora.
Electra has limbs, and that makes it hard to do.
Crabs do that.
Crabs have carapace.
Yes, but they shed their entire body
Yes,
at once,
but
including
Electra
their
does not-
arms.
Electra does not have shell. It does not have a shell.
How about this? Elytra gets out of the water and it looks like parts of her are melting off.
Soup time.
Ew.
Gross. I'm gonna go throw up.
And she just doesn't explain. She just acts like this is completely normal.
Well, I'm just going to hand Electra the sealed scroll case and be like, "This one seems usable."
And here's a sponge.
Beautiful one too. She'll show off the scroll she found. I also built a
Recognize any
check.
of these places of this day and age.
Well, let's go put these on the ship, and then let's go somewhere else.
Yes, back in your day, the wood wasn't lost.
We knew exactly where it was.
Electra will go put those charts into their navigation area, and then go back out. So we go into the woods, or we go into the castle. I vote woods and not certain death.
I'm thinking the castle, because adventure.
I believe for you lot both may be certain death.
Wait, sorry. There's the castle, then there's the kind of de facto capital that's popped up because the real capital's too dangerous. And then there's the woods. What if we go to the safe capital?
And
Sure,
what-
Backup capital.
Let's go to the town.
Yeah, Hyrule Town.
City.
Yes, I'm all for leaving this place since it is depressing.
Sad?
You guys should think about horses. Is there a river by this town at all that connects to the river here by chance?
We don't have that map yet. We don't know.
Let's go find a map.
There's no river here yet. No.
I'm
Sorry.
sure
yeah.
there's most likely a cartographer somewhere in this town.
Hyrule River runs through vertically through Hyrule fields.
Okay.
I've never been here, so I wouldn't know.
I'm voting we find a cartographer.
You are not going to, ma'am, sir, you're not going to find a photographer, or
Cartographer.
yeah, that.
Someone who makes maps, sir.
You're not going to
is there
find
a
one
photographer?
willingly to make a map in this area.
Well, I'm saying, is there a place that sells maps in this area?
Is there
Maybe
anyone we can force to make a map for us?
Maybe
If
in
they're not going
Hyrule
to do it
City.
willingly.
All right.
We're trying to get to Hyrule City.
I can be
How do we
very
get there?
persuasive.
Yeah, how do we get to Hyrule City?
There's a passage that takes you right there.
Oh,
Okay.
is it
Where's
it
the
dangerous?
Yes,
Where's the passage?
it's the main gates from here to Hyrule City.
All right, let's
Okie
go.
dokie.
Let's go.
Well, that's easy enough if it's a straight shot.
Elytra will start walking toward the gates and be like, well, I'd ask if we could get the horses or something, but they'd probably A, be way too expensive, and B, I'm guessing the soldiers use them.
Horses? We maybe have 3 or 4.
Yeah, those would be too expensive if we even had a chance of getting our hands on them, so we don't. Let's leave. We're walking.
The best bet is finding and tracking your own.
No
If-
wild horses?
if you can find them.
And then you have to
Uh.
train them. Which takes months.
Let's go look for wild horses and hope for the best.
Posh, take your
Dick.
realism out of our fantasy game.
I'm an equestrian, leave me alone. Let's hope for the best by getting kicked in the head.
Let's hope our deaths are quick then. Let's go find some horses. 'Cause unless you've all noticed, my legs are a lot shorter than yours, and it will take us double the time if I have to walk.
You can I
Just
can
go in your
pick it on
staff.
my shoulders.
Ray's does it all the time.
Well, when I'm having that issue, I just have other people carry me.
I'm just gonna ask the guard how much the horses are.
They're not for sale.
Oh, okay. Then we will go on our way.
Do you have any apples?
Sorry, they're for the horses.
Can I buy some for a horse?
I'm sorry. There's no sales here. Port Town doesn't sell anything.
Anything? Wait,
No.
the poor sell stuff, right?
I'm sorry, did you just say there's no sales in a port town?
Not this one, anyway.
This is the most
Everything's
custom-
far too scarce right now.
How many
Mm,
battleships do you have and you're saying none of them have sales?
Oh.
How many
Please,
Mazgon?
Oh, Jesus.
Listen here, smart, wise guy.
Nope, we're leaving. Have a good day, sir. And she'll start dragging them off.
I'm already walking.
Don't pick
Ugh.
fights with the people watching our ship. Okay, first order of business. Go find wild horses. Attempt to catch the wild horses. Pray we don't die. We can find them apples or something. Hopefully it's a form of bribery. Maybe that works on horses. It works on people.
Oh, this
Um,
is
It
sure to be entertaining. I back this plan wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I also back it because I'm not going to be the ones catching the horses, because once again, little legs. Anyways.
I'm not catching them either.
Yes, you are. Anyway.
Oh, am I?
Have fun, you two.
Alright, let's go. Let's figure this out. Let's leave town.
So I'm just gonna continue walking towards Hyrule. To Hyrule Town. Or Hyrule City.
On the way there, I guess, Elytra will look out for either apple trees or horses.
You'll be looking out
is
for
there a-
battle maps all the time.
Are there any farms between where we are now and
You're funny.
no? No.
You find many farms. They're all abandoned, and lots of bokoblins running after you.
Oh, joy.
Oh, just cook a few and let them know who's boss.
I'm with this plan.
Are there any horses?
Nope.
So, I don't know if y'all have heard of this place, okay? But I heard there's this cute little ranch, okay? And they sell milk.
Electrical
And-
knock on the back of the head.
Ow! I just could go for some milk.
Listen, Ruby, you have this tendency to just sort of like ramble on about these things that you think exist. Have no proof that they're there.
Oh, well.
Let me know if anyone sees a horse. Other than that, let's keep walking.
Ray's points at every relatively large animal he sees. It's like, is that a horse?
No,
That's a troll.
How about that one?
that's a bear.
Maybe. Ooh, we could ride a bear. I think
No,
you
we
can
can't.
tame a bear.
Stop.
No? Okay.
And before you ask, that might look similar to the snow horses, but that is a deer. We can't ride those either.
I mean, you haven't tried to, so.
Oh, okay, then be my guest. Go ahead, try it.
Alright, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna convince the deer to be my friend.
I will
Really
be right
be
back.
fun. Stand back here and watch.
I have a small dog that needs to go outside.
Okay.
So I'll approach it gently.
I never said there was a deer.
Is there no deer?
No, there's no animals.
Oh well.
But the bit was funny.
You guys are in your own land right now.
We're having a great time. You should come visit.
Are there any creatures on our way, like while we're hiking?
Oh yeah, I'm getting an encounter ready right now.
I don't want to fight bokoblins.
They want to fight you.
I don't want to fight them. They're so boring. Can I fight a Darknut?
Why
The
would you?
Dongos? That's true. Why would I say that? Ugh. Ow.
Hey, Raze.
Oh, he went to the bathroom, I think.
Okay.
How about a Pole's voice?
I was gonna be like, hey, do you think I could ever, blow myself up without taking damage?
Why would you do that?
Because I wouldn't take damage and I could use it to, I don't know, go somewhere.
Like a rocket?
Yeah, you jump and then jump and then blow myself up and then just go in a random direction at high speed.
I'm sure there's some items or something we could use to travel faster.
Like a horse?
But, I mean, yeah, but like an alternative to horses.
Okay, what's your horse alternative?
Well, all right. So if there's not, an ancient bi-wheeled vehicle, how about a little hat that makes you run faster?
What?
Like a little hat.
Are you high?
No, this is a thing. People have these.
Okay, so you're not hot. Do you want to be?
I guess. Not right now. Well, not while we're hiking.
You're hiking and you come, and a bunch of bokoblins see you.
Maybe they have a little hat.
One of them is wearing a little hat.
Really?
Yes. And armor. And swords. Rusty swords.
Yeah, this should be easy to take out. Look at the garbage gear they're using.
And then there's a few trolls too. Or moblins, sorry. And then there's a chew.
Oh
Bless you.
joy.
You know what sounds really fun?
Yeah,
Sneaking past.
it's fair.
You can't. They're chasing you right now.
You know what sounds really fun? What if they just couldn't see us? Because it was foggy.
Good idea.
You might run out of NP before you get to the city.
You're saying we have to fight them?
No.
I wish we could just talk to them.
Okay. So my range is 120 feet. And I can just put the fog on them so they can't see and we can walk around.
You could
Yeah,
put
let's
it
do
on
that.
you could put it on a few of them.
I can cast it at a higher level to get additional range.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry about that.
they were running at you. If you put the fog on them, they're still running at you.
Alright, I think the Dungeon Master's saying we have to fight them.
No, I'm not. I mean, you put a cloud on them. That's good and all. But they're running at you.
Alright, I guess I
gonna run-
won't.
This place is heavily monsterfied.
Can I?
Joker-fied.
Why does it have it? Oh, okay.
Can I try and startle them into fucking off?
What are you gonna do?
I could point at them and blow the area that I pointed at up.
Okay. Put yourself on the board.
All right, we are getting
All right.
out of this.
I need to know what you're where you're at. So. So where are you pointing at and blowing up? Oh, you're blowing up Caesar. Okay.
Get
No.
out of the way. I'm
I
pointing
just-
at you. I'm gonna be like, okay, listen up. I don't want to fight you because it's boring as shit. I want to keep going. So unless you want to be like that chew, fuck off, and then I'll blow the chew up.
What kind of damage?
14 force, and then it has to make a dex saving throw for having 14 force and 9 thunder.
Okay. Oh, that one. It takes 23 damage.
Let me scrap my MP.
Thunder is not like electricity.
What?
Thunder is not electricity.
It's noise.
It's sound.
Oh. Is there a lightning is there lightning damage in this one?
No, it's 14 force, which is effectively magical bludgeoning.
Yeah, I have lightning-based ones, so that I'm an electric. But this is not one of them.
And 9 thunder, and thunder is effectively concussive sound.
I do have electricity-based ones, so it is a thing. I'm just not using one right now because I'm not completely stupid.
Okay, so 1, 2 is running away.
Also,
and,
the chew is pushed 10 feet away.
And the moblins are telling them to take out the spellcaster first. And these guys are just not having it. By the way, what was your intimidate roll?
You didn't tell me to make one, but I can.
Well, you were making an intimidation check. Okay.
Cool, a dirty 20.
You made a few of the moblins run away. Or bokoblins run away.
I can do it again! And I will! Or I can introduce you to fucking Dead Man's Volley!
Grace is gonna put on the tragedy face. It's like, she's a mad woman. Don't test her.
She'll summon the start of a Dead Man's Volley. Anyone want to deal with this? You want to just fuck off? Alright. I recognize this music from somewhere.
OC Remus.
So, roll initiative.
Yes. Jeez.
This is not my night.
Tell me about it. I haven't rolled higher than a 6 so far. For an initiative.
That's a 9.
Here we go.
That's a 5.
Heyo.
Caesar, you forgot to click on your face when you rolled initiative, so you didn't get to the list.
Oh, okay. Let me do it again. I clicked on my face. There. Ah, yes, better. 20.
Alright, take your old initiative.
20.14.
It's 11.
No, the 11.
Oh, at the 11?
Yeah. This just
Oh.
put you on the list.
Oh, okay.
Re-rolling doesn't make you keep the better number.
Oh,
It just puts you on the list.
okay.
It's not like you're putting a quarter in the machines.
So I'm going first.
You are going
I'm so
first.
new.
It's okay.
So, hello, Molly, my old friend. I'm launching it at the Chew. I have the distance, right? Yeah.
Let's see if the Chew catches it. That is one. Wait, did he catch it? I rolled a 10.
No. No, it blew up. And if you didn't...
No,
The good-
I gotta check bonuses.
I gotta check bonuses. I thought you were gonna eliminate the Chew from the start, but wasn't enough damage.
The good news is if it dies, it dies. If it doesn't die, we have an electricity-based Chew to deal with now.
And if it makes the save, it's going to throw 24 damage somewhere. Oh, it died. Never mind.
I'm like, what's its dex? Oh, -2.
And she's gonna be like, Hey. Elytra just does not want to be here. She doesn't want to be here so bad she actually hit a dead man's ball. Which I am notoriously bad at hitting. How many times have I actually hit a dead man's volley when I've used it? Like 2 or 3, and I've used it like a ton. I have like a 75% failure rate on that.
Bone Meringue misses you. Caesar.
Boomerang!
Bone Meringue. Caesar, it is your turn.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can. We're gonna go with the ice simi and a regular simi
Alright.
on this bokoblin.
Well, it doesn't look like you're going to be in range, though.
Oh, well, I should move in range. How
You
far
can-
can I move at once?
One movement, I believe, is 35 for you. And
Yeah.
then you can dash to get to 70.
You know what? I will move 35 feet. And
Won't be able to attack after that, though.
nope, I'm gonna do a javelin actually.
There you go.
So
Jav-
javelin to
I believe
Bokoblin?
Javelin is going to be at disadvantage because it's beyond 30 feet.
is. Oh shit. Then I'll dash.
No, you could throw a Javelin at 30 feet.
You just
Uh,
roll 2d20 and take the lower one.
Wait, what?
Disadvantage.
I just-
Alright, if you're within 30 feet, you roll the attack normally. If you're
Okay, so-
within if you're past 30 feet but within 60 to 90 feet, you roll a disadvantage, which is 2d20, you take the lowered result.
So should I click disadvantage?
Yes.
Yes.
Disadvantage and then hit javelin.
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that does not hit.
Damn it.
But don't worry, they have the same problem too. Raise, it is your turn.
That's perfect. Raise is going to walk over to here. And that's lightning bolt.
That poor Moppler. Or Bokoblin. Just a smudge on the ground.
Just ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
That was
They really should have left when we told them to.
That was exactly his hit points.
They should have left.
Yeah, there's a hierarchy here, though. Alright, and he takes half, I believe. Well, what does he do when he passes? Yeah, half damage. So 33, 16?
16, yes.
And we are going to throw a bone meringue. At you, Caesar.
Oh, great.
And we miss.
Okay, so just duck.
Ruby, it is your turn.
Caesar, 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 Caesar.
So what?
Behind you.
What?
It's a boomerang.
Duck.
I can't get close enough for one of these guys to actually like put the hurt on one of them.
I mean, you have how many bone meringues?
I don't like using bone meringues. They're uncivilized.
The little boomerangs aren't uncivilized. They're forged metal.
And bone.
Civilized people use bone for handle making. Usually not out of other civilized people, but still.
Is there a charge action?
No, it's a feat.
There are, yeah.
Oh.
There's a feat you can take to allow you to charge, but otherwise it's move and then dash, which takes your standard. So it takes your action.
Alright, I guess I'll have to throw a bone meringue at somebody. I don't actually remember what the range on the bone meringue is. Let me pull it up.
30, 90, I think.
Maybe 3120.
Equipment. I'll be quick. I'm going. I should just buy a ranged weapon.
I mean, these guys are all gonna drop one, so.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, are they using regular boomerangs or are they using lizzles?
Lizzles.
Ruby, it's 2060.
2060? So I could even reach them if I...
Well, you can move.
Well, yeah, but I couldn't move to the point where I could actually hit them. Alright, well, regardless, I'll just go out, like...
Well, you,
Well,
can, move,
got-
2060.
you can move 30 and
got
then
35.
throw it. Or 35 and then... Yeah,
Alright, so I'll throw it here with disadvantage.
So you're doing the same thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference is Ruby's weapon comes back. Nice!
Oh, you hit.
Okay, and then let me roll damage, because they don't, that's not the right damage. I just need to put one on my sheet, I guess. They're
Yep.
1d6 slashing.
Plus, oh no, that's a bow.
Do you add your dexterity with thrown weapons? In 5e?
I don't remember.
Okay. Let me look it up.
I'm looking. Just roll your stuff. I'm looking.
Okay. So 5 damage.
You can add your. Oh, that's for fitness.
Oh, we're being asked what music this is.
I renamed it. I know it's from OC Remix.
I'll just put that.
Alright. Thrown weapon by default uses Dex, but a Lizzle Boomerang has Finesse, meaning you can use it. Thrown weapons by default use Strength. Lizzle Boomerang has Finesse, meaning you can use Dex.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage. 8 damage slashing.
It's Final Fantasy music, isn't it?
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's Zelda music. I wouldn't run Final Fantasy music in a Zelda campaign.
That would be uncouth.
It's the dungeon music from Zelda.
Which Zelda?
Wait, I could probably figure it out. I'm pretty good at identifying music.
Okay, so
I have the
breath-
sound turned all the way down though.
It's probably from one of the Breath of the Wilds.
It is absolutely not from Breath of the Wild.
It's
Wild does
probably
not have.
It's probably from one of the Breath of the Wild ones. It's a remix.
I recognize the tune, and it's not a Breath of the Wild tune. Otherwise, I'd be able to pinpoint that shit. I recognize the note progression from somewhere.
It's a dungeon.
It's like surf rock. I like that.
All right, 1 second.
Da dun dun da 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 da. Is that it? No.
Shh.
It reminds me. It doesn't remind me of Zelda.
I mean, it's exactly the dungeon music, temple music from Zelda.
I think is it Zelda 2?
I'm looking. I found it. It's Zelda 2 Hyrule's Deadliest Places, OC Remix.
Okay, I did guess it was Zelda 2.
Oh, Thragdar said it's a link to the past.
Well, they got it from this. This is the title. You can look it up in OC Remix.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not Breath of the Wild, because if it was Breath of the Wild, I'd be able to pinpoint that shit, as I've played Breath of the Wild in so many ways, and I have 100% completed it
Okay.
4 times.
All right.
Alright, the battle.
To war.
To war.
Oh yeah, this is Zelda 2.
Yes. Caesar, you're getting bone meringue again. It messed
Oh
again.
god damn it.
To
Oh,
the
good.
original link.
So another duck.
No, there's no ducks in this.
But I have ducks.
Caesar,
They're
you're
out
getting
in
bone
their
meringue
pen.
again.
Again?
You get the duck again.
I get to duck again.
Electra, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Okay,
The southern breath has been getting the hurt put on him.
here's the problem. I can move to here because I have 25 movement, and then I have to do something ranged.
Well, you are a spellcaster.
Fair. Who's ready for Dead Man's Volley?
Yay!
To be fair, he did dodge out of the way of my lightning bolt.
I'm kidding, by the way. I'll magic missile him. Alright, I'll just magic missile. Or, no, magic missile's boring. I'm using Arcane Explosion.
Which one?
This guy.
So that's a 20-foot radius. Which if you put it there, it hits all three of them.
Alright, I'll put it there then. Thank you.
Yeah, they all
I'll
fail.
put it.
So, funny wording on this spell. They're all pushed 20 feet away from you. Or 10 feet away from you. So not from the center, from you.
They don't value their lives.
I mean,
Ruby,
you have
we're
to
going
have a
to
semblance
attack
of
you.
intelligence to do that.
Jeez, we can't roll worth a damn. Ruby, does a 12 hit you?
No.
Okay, Caesar, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to finally move.
Remember, you're in disadvantage right now, so go to regular.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
moving,
turn that button off.
gone to normal. And shimmy with the ice scimitar and the regular scimitar.
Alright.
So slice with the ice.
Miss. And hit. Okay, that'll kill him. Ice Simi misses, but the crit killed it.
Yay!
Bokoblin looks over at the Moblin, and the Moblin yells at him to keep going. If you understand Moblin. Or Bokoblin. If not, then you just hear barking.
It's a very terrible tongue.
Raise, it is your turn.
All right. I check something real quick. Okay. And the range of this one is Yeah. Alright, Raze is going to step forward. Oh, yes. Okay. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Alright, first I'm aiming at the bokoblin below, to the south.
This guy?
Yeah, the one who was
He's the only one left.
Hmm?
He's the only bokoblin
Oh.
left.
Moblin. I'm aiming for the big one.
Oh, okay.
The one that I lightning bolted.
Alright.
So that's Ray 1. Still standing?
Yeah, he's gonna stand for a while. The bokoblin's on his last legs.
No. You did give him the boomerang damage, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But
I'm going to just keep
yeah.
pumping fire into him because the other one's not worth it.
That one. Damn it.
Third one misses.
Yeah. He can't go, he's dead. Ruby, it's your turn.
Okay. Alright, I'll drop the boomerang and switch to the rapier. And step up. Use the rapier.
That hits.
Okay.
I don't know how many attacks you have.
Oh, you can. When you have multi-attack, you just can attack twice. Is that right?
When you got the extra attack ability, you can attack twice per attack action. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, we don't play very much 5e, so I'm still. Alright, I will swing again.
Oof. That is a miss.
That's probably a miss. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's my turn.
Caesar, you get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I do?
Yes, as the moblin runs right past you and right to Electra. It was not happy with that attack.
So definitely slashing with scimitars.
One scimitar.
With one scimitar, yes. So I'll strike with the ice.
All right.
Oh, missed.
That hits.
Oh, it hits? Oh. Well, shit. Awesome.
Goblin's gonna run up to you now.
Me?
Yep.
Awesome.
And he's gonna beat you with a mace. Well, a rusty one.
Oh, goody.
Does a 12 hit you?
Let me see. No, because my armor class is 16.
Alright. Electra, it is your turn.
Cool. Everyone is now too close to me to,
They're too far, now they're too close.
No, my party members are too close for me to, safely arcane explosion again.
No, that's not.
So-
That is not true. You could put it behind them. Not there though. There you go.
Can you see where my mouse is? Because I'm looking at my character thing.
No.
No, we cannot.
Hey, question. Does this moblin have a weapon?
Yes, they all do.
What is it made of?
Looks like metal.
Does it have anything else on it?
Maybe some leather?
Alright.
Looks a little rusty.
Does it have 3 tiny non-magical objects?
No. Looks like just the hilts, maybe a piece of leather that used to be a handle. And it's kind of almost gone.
Alright, well, I'm launching this edit then.
And where are you launching that at? I guess the guy right in front of you?
The guy right in front of me. That's gonna be really bad if it hits someone.
He catches it.
Yes, he does!
You watched them dodge a lightning bolt.
That's not my problem anymore.
And my DC is higher than yours.
Not my problem anymore!
Yes, but you threw it at the one that's coming after you.
Not my problem!
Oh, that is entirely your problem.
It doesn't know it can throw it back.
Silence says everything here.
Yes, but the spell says otherwise. The target then may then use an action on its turn to redirect the projectile at a new target of its choice. What's its intelligence? Oh yes, it has no idea what to do with it. Alright. We are going to try to attack Ruby now. Ruby, does a 16 hit?
16 doesn't hit.
Alright, what about... Ooh, 24.
Yeah.
What kind of weapon is this? Oh. 9. Take 12 damage. Oh, sorry, not 12, 11. It is broken. He has hit you with a glaive. Caesar, it is your turn.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go for this bokoblin here, so I'm gonna move here and swing both shimmies at him. So, regular shimmy, ice shimmy.
And your third attack can go towards the moblin.
Oh, I can attack 3?
I believe so.
Yes, because
Oh.
your second attack, because you're 2-weapon fighting, your offhand weapon is your bonus action. So because you have you have extra attack, you go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. So then ice shimmy to the moblin.
Okay. And that will hit the moblin as well.
Nice.
All of your attacks hit.
Yay!
Raise, it is your turn.
All right.
I don't think you want to be there.
I'm.
Actually, it doesn't really matter if you're there or not.
Actually,
Here's a handshake. My hand feels like it's a little warm.
no. I have a better idea. I step out of his reach.
Purposely? Oh, bastard. Okay. Does a 17 hit? Yeah, it does.
It does.
He has a broken glaive as well. That's 4 damage minus 1. That's 3 damage.
All right.
And he's gonna learn that was a mistake. Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke. As a 3rd level spell, as I have access to that now. I didn't roll. I don't think that rolled right.
Could be another D10.
Oh! Oh, no, it did. It's 4d10. That's 17 and 6 are added together.
Wait, what? Oh, I see.
When I cast it at first level, it's 2d6. Since I cast it as a third level spell, it adds another. 2d10. Since I cast it as a third level spell, it adds an additional 2d10 on top of that.
So I'm looking at the top one?
No, you're looking at both.
Oh. And what's the dexterity save?
14. The dexterity save doesn't change, just the damage does.
Dexterity... He fails. 23.
23 fire damage.
He is not looking good at all.
And let me just subtract 6 magic points for that. Well worth it. And that was my reaction. For my action, I'm casting Lightning Bolt.
Oh, okay. I guess you knew what he was going to do with that lightning bolt then, or Dead Man's Folly.
I didn't want to give him a chance to use that Dead Man's Volley.
You did the most damage to him. He was going to throw his hands at you and accidentally throw it at you.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Okay, we can already count him out of the battle, because half of that damage is going to kill him. DC 14. Okay, that's 16 damage to this guy.
Cool. Never punished for my Dead Man Volley action still. We keep going. Never punished.
Ruby, it is your turn.
Alright, I'll try to impale this guy. He's not wearing any body armor, right?
Yes, he is.
Is he?
Yeah. I described that they were wearing armor and had
They had like
weapons.
leather, like kind of like patches of leather on them, I believe, in the description.
Alright, yeah, I'll use a stamina point to cut their armor class with my first attack.
Okay.
Oop. So it takes 1 stamina point, and if I hit, their armor class goes down by 1.
Okay, you hit them.
Alright. And then second attack.
Misses.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, he is dead. He is dead. Electra, it is your turn.
Just the one guy left.
Yep.
I'm gonna do something crazy that y'all haven't seen me do before.
Dead Man's Volley.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna go over here. I can reach him here. And I'm just gonna hit him with my quarterstaff.
You actually hit. And you actually killed it.
Alright. We won. Let's move on.
I was just gonna stand over and be like, I killed him. Without magic? What?
I'm sorry. Without magic, do you see the amount of electrical burns I put on that thing?
Yeah, but I beat it with this thing. I didn't use magic personally, which, name one time I have not solved a problem with explosives.
Honestly, I don't think I feel the need to debate you on that.
I'm going to go and pick up a bunch of boomerangs.
The boomerangs are the only thing that are not trash in this. All the other equipment is trash. Everything from the armor to the weapons is broken. The broken condition. I mean, like, pieces are missing off of it.
Well, off we go.
Electra, I believe we're going the other way.
No, you're going that way.
I thought they were chasing us.
They were running at us, and they would chase us.
Ah, I see.
Right. To the city.
To the city.
So where are you going to spend your night?
Are we not getting to the city?
Can you walk 150 miles in a day?
No. Is there a pond nearby, or a lake, or something?
I shall check.
Or a river?
No, the river's quite a distance away. Let's see here. There is a tower. That is just about 50 miles away from Port Ganache.
I guess the tower.
Alright.
Unless we want to sleep in trees. I mean, I'd rather sleep in water, but, like, I'll leave it up to you guys for where we should go, since this is kind of your whole thing.
I say we sleep in the tower.
Get to the tower. Let me, actually... Right, I just lost Hyrule. It's always so hard to finding and losing Hyrule. I did not want the music that loud. Alright, you get to the tower. There is a few
Yay.
guards inside, and wondering how you got here on foot.
Hi.
Are you here to deliver us our rations?
Your rations? I thought this was the capital.
It's
No,
No,
we're
this
still
is a
the
tower.
capital.
it's a tower.
Oh.
Don't mind them. They're unique. Anyways, we aren't here to deliver rations, unfortunately. We didn't know people were in the tower, and we were gonna try and sleep somewhere before continuing on to the acting capital tomorrow.
Where are you from?
Honestly, we just landed in port today. We came from Snow Cloak.
Why would you
Got
want to
it.
come someplace dangerous like Hyrule?
Because
Well,
it was
there's the difference from freezing to death and being murdered. One's much quicker.
Yeah, but you end up cold either way.
Yeesh. I like her. You guys can come in.
Okay.
I think we found Ruby another date.
all right, and we go.
Alright, so, since we don't have much in the way of food, you guys can stay here, but you're gonna have to help us on nightly terrors.
Nightly
I'm
terrors?
okay with
Yeah, nightly terrors.
What's that
When
mean?
I point at things, they explode.
That's great, dear.
I'm not. All right. Is there some kind of, I don't know, like water area nearby I can just go to?
No. The closest place is Hyrule River, and that's still about another 100 miles away.
Yeah, we're not gonna walk there tonight.
When we get to the river, I swear to God, I'm gonna be in that river the entire time, and you will never see me again.
Oh, I wouldn't go into the river if I were you. It's full of monsters.
What are they gonna do? Drown me?
Yeah.
I breathe water.
That's
I
great
mean-
and all, but they've killed lots of Zora. They feed on Zora. And Hyruleans.
Go back a
Hylians.
bit.
Electra, you say that as though water creatures don't have teeth and only hold you underwater.
No. You said others, Zora.
Yes.
There are others here.
No, he said there were others here.
I said there were others here.
Are they all gone?
Most of them are dead, yes.
Ha!
Most of them have fled to the Zora capital.
There's a Zora capital?
Yes. Where are you from? Don't you know where your own homeland is?
I was raised on a pirate ship. I've never met another Zora besides my parents.
Well, maybe if you stopped saying that you'd blow things up, that you would get more company and more answers.
I was
What?
saying that in response to the night terror thing, like, oh yeah, no, I can help with that.
Okay. Alright, so for the night terrors, we usually get around 20 to 30 night terrors attacking the tower at once. If you don't have a weapon, we have a few weapons. If you don't mind, arms.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
You have 20 to 30 of these of these monsters attacking your tower every night.
Yes. That's normal.
Oh. Why did I wake up again? I've got something in my eye. I gotta be right back.
See if I can find the tower.
Don't eat that cord.
I'll eat what I want.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's saying to me right now.
Huh.
No, and don't out. No teeth. And don't chew your foot. You weirdo. Okay, I hope that foot is tasty.
Nom 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 foot.
Dogs are weird.
Well, 7-month-old. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yum nom 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 nom.
Yeah, he just woke up from a nap, so. So he rambunctious. Huh. Yes, you're silly. Yes. Give me. Damn it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So, I'm sorry, what exactly are these night terrors?
Skeletons.
Oh.
Stalfos?
What?
Isn't that what they're called?
Skeletons?
Oh.
Stalfos.
No. I just know they're night terrors.
Okay.
They're terrorizing things that come out at night.
They're
Night
terrorizing
terrors.
the night.
Don't mind at night.
So this is a tower.
Yes.
How many levels are there to this tower?
There is 3 levels to this tower. The top 2 are destroyed. Otherwise, there would be 5.
And you're telling me that you can't simply bring what's down here up to the next level and retract the ladder?
I mean, we have to. We're a checkpoint. We can't just.
You said they're attacking the tower.
Yes.
And if you're out of reach in the tower, won't they simply pool at the bottom and be like, You gave no indication that these things are smart. You made it seem like they simply bang against the walls.
Oh, my apologies.
Have you tried this?
Yes, but they do somehow appear inside as well.
Upstairs. You're telling me they just manifest inside the building. What are we defending it for?
It's a safe haven for travelers that are going to and from the city. Because the cities between here and there are, well, destroyed.
I see. And but if it's a safe haven, then how do they manifest inside the building?
You know, we've never figured that out.
Well, it's not safe.
Well, we have to keep it safe by killing the enemies that spawn in it.
Right.
If we found out
Well,
a way to get rid of them for good, that'd be great.
I'm going to recharge for 6 hours. One of you can swing me around, I suppose.
I could probably do that.
Raze returns to his staff.
Did you not eat my hand, sir?
Put yourselves anywhere inside the map.
I was so close to pulling a haha funny.
Huh?
Technically, this is on the map.
I mean, if you want.
No, I don't want. So why do you think they have a tower out here that they defend if there's just monsters anyways? Because they obviously aren't keeping the roads cleared.
Like he said, it was a checkpoint for travelers.
Yeah, well, they're doing bad at it.
I mean, we are fairly understaffed.
In the three of your minds, it's just like they. Yes, it's a safe haven for travelers. Yet they seem surprised to see us.
True.
Something's fishy here.
I mean,
Here-
there's something is fishy. I mean, we have Azora in our group.
Ha.
Look me in the eyes and count how many seconds you have left.
You know what? Sure.
Electra will take out her quarterstaff and raise it over her head.
Full shimmy out. Full second shimmy out. Riot.
What?
That's what I thought.
You hear,
Well,
you hear pounding at the door.
Something tells me not to answer that. I'm gonna go hide though.
I'm gonna go pick up Raze.
I'm gonna go over here so they can't see me when they come in.
You're looking out the window now.
Cool.
You just see a bunch of skeletons walking around.
So how is there a window in a brick wall like that?
They have slits. They have murder holes.
And I see dudes out there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for a raise before I start blowing them up, and I'm gonna try and make sure they can't see me from outside.
You're gonna what?
I'm making sure they can't see me and waiting for a raise until I start blowing things up.
I need to recharge for 6 hours.
Oh, so we're doing this without you?
No, and I'm a weapon. Someone can swing me around. I spent most of my magic points.
Who would be the best person to swing you around?
Anyone at this point, because you're using my bonuses.
I would probably be swinging him around.
My staff is two-handed.
Oh, I don't. I have a two-handed sword.
I thought you had two swords.
I have a two-handed quarterstaff.
Oh, didn't I get it? I got one. I acquired a two-handed sword, but no. Whoever wants to swing rays around can do it. If I can't.
Sure. I'll swing rays around. I can do it.
Tosses rays to Electra.
Cool.
If you spend an MP, you get to activate the fire axe.
Fire, you say?
Spending one MP ignites the head of the staff to make two double-sided fire battle axe blades.
Cool. I'm gonna do that immediately.
It lasts for 1 minute,
I'm not gonna do that immediately.
and then you'd have to pay another MP to keep it going. But at that point, if you do that, it does a D8 plus your intelligence of slashing damage and a D6 fire.
Plus my intelligence.
Yes, because it's a spellcasting weapon.
That's
First of
good,
all-
'cause it's my highest stat.
Also, because you are a researcher like I am, you can cast your spells while wielding me with both hands.
Nice.
Because when you do that, the head of the staff makes a pair of hands to do your somatic components for you.
Nice. So, what do we do here? Do we fire at it from inside? Do we let them inside and then kill them? Do we try and keep them from getting inside and don't bother at all?
My ADHD hit for a second, so did we see what's outside?
I saw what's outside. They're monsters.
What's outside? Oh, there's monsters banging on the door. Okay. So let's ready. Ready up.
They say, monsters didn't used to come inside until, after we lost the third, or the fourth and fifth floor.
Not bite my hand. Stop it. Stop.
How tough are these things to kill?
Oh, they're pretty easy to kill.
Electra,
Okay.
I will message you what abilities staff has and what you get to use. What costs what.
All right. Thank you. How are they spawning inside?
You just see a puff of purple smoke, and they just appear.
Oh, great.
So, does this happen often? You should just point at one.
Yes, every night. This is getting old.
Why don't you just leave?
We can't. We've been ordered to stay here.
Crash the place, make it look like you're dead, and just leave.
Somebody else will come out.
Well, then that's their problem.
Yes.
Can't tell them to go AWOL.
You're not a soldier.
No, I'm a pirate.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry,
repercussions for AWOL.
There's repercussions. Why?
This is their job.
Isn't your life the most valuable thing you have? And this is coming from someone who's very demolition happy.
Yeah, repercussions means their life is turned into hell.
Just go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's called E-wall.
Yes. I'd rather look out for the civilians. Unlike you, and run away with my tail between my legs.
Oh, I wouldn't be running with my tail between my legs. I'd be leaving because I don't care. There's a difference.
No, it sounds like you're a coward.
I don't like you.
Well, you're the one that wants to run away.
I'm asking why you guys don't just, I don't know, leave? What's the point of this outpost to
and
begin
run
with?
away?
What are these weird looking stalls?
I mean,
Why are they
leave
so
the
weird
tower
looking?
in general.
We
Like, why
have
not
a
when
job
morning-
to do.
Why not when morning comes, you just go back to your officer and say, hey, monsters spawn at night. Can we not?
Yes, but then there's the Lavassos in the morning and the goblins. Hyrule is full of these monsters right now. Hyrule Fields.
Then why don't you take your fancy smancy soldiers and stop hiding in your tower and go deal with the monsters at your source?
What do you think we're doing?
Hiding in a tower.
You know what?
They're defending a tower.
From these guys when they could just, I don't know, cut the problem off at the head?
That's what we're doing!
Well, why don't they do it? They have an army!
We
If
have
We're making
a,
money!
we have what little of an army left. Our army is half what it used to be.
Hey, question by the way. Why did y'all send one specific person that you called the hero to go handle it instead of doing it yourselves with your army? Y'all are kind of dumb.
We never sent a person to do it.
Well, then why didn't you send someone to do it?
We had an army plan to do it. Just do
Wow.
your job. You agreed to this.
Mm.
If not, then get out.
Alright, fine, I'll stay with you and you'll hide in your little tower like a coward. Anyways, is there any weak points, or are you just gonna let us, I don't know, blow them up?
Their heads are their weak points. Knock their heads off. We'll be back next Monday.